I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan, I like it unprepared. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay there for the day.
Welcome everybody to Listed and Loaded, where today we're going to be talking about title, making questionable decisions, and somehow I am still going to try to pretend like I know what I'm doing. If you're expecting professionalism or a host that knows how to conduct an interview, well, then you have come to the wrong place. Let's start by talking about what title company does. Title companies do the title search. The company examines the public records to verify the legal ownership of the property and checks for any liens, encumbrances, or legal issues that could affect the sale. They offer title insurance that protects both the buyer and the lender from potential claims or disputes over ownership that may arise after the closing. They provide closing and escrow services. They often act as a third neutral party to facilitate the closing process, ensuring that all legal documents are signed and that the seller receives payment when the buyer gets the title. They do all of this while ensuring a smooth transaction. The title company prepares and records important documents, including the deed, mortgage, and release of liens, ensuring legal compliance. To help us better dive into this, I have Kendra Foster with Capital Title.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Excellent. We finally got this going. We finally got this
I
together.
I know.
How long have we been trying to do this? For like a few months now?
A few months at least. Yeah.
So you're in the Spring location now?
Yes. I am no longer in the Woodlands. I am fully in the Spring offices. I was kind of doing both offices and it just wasn't working. So now I'm in the Spring office and I'm really happy here.
Okay, good. You like it then. Good.
Yeah, I do. I really like it a lot.
Is it a bigger commute for you though?
No, it's actually a lot closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like right around the corner. The only problem is I have to pass through Gosling and 99 and that gets kind of congested. But other than that, I'm like right around the corner. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. It works out for you.
yeah.
All right.
So,
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. We have the lovely Miss Kendra Foster. Kendra, can you introduce yourself?
hello. I am, just like he said, Kendra Foster. I work for Capital Title in the Spring office. We're located just off of Gosling near 99. I am the business development director here. So my role is to provide value to my clients, my mostly realtors, loan officers, anyone in the real estate industry, whatever I can do to support you. But mostly I do a lot of real estate agent coaching and we provide a lot of classes. So that is our goal here at Capital Title, is to provide value to agents, not just coffees and lunches, and which we do all of that. But we also have a variety of classes that we can provide. And I do one-on-one coaching for agents as well.
Excellent. And you used to be a realtor yourself.
I am actually still a licensed realtor. I just don't sell. But yes, I am a licensed realtor, so I do know a lot about the business. I've been in the industry for about 6 years now, so I understand what the business is like. I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to be a new realtor. I know what it's like to be a busy realtor. I know what it's like to be a slow realtor. I know it's a tough business to be in.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. So for the people that are watching and don't really understand the real estate industry, can you just give a brief overview of what exactly a title company does and why it's important to the real estate transaction?
Of course. The title company plays a crucial role in ensuring that the title on the property is free and clear so that it can be transferred to the next owner. So from the sellers to the buyers. So we work to ensure that there's nothing, no unpaid property taxes or any unpaid liens on the property, so that we can transfer the property to the next owner.
Awesome. And liens being like nobody has a legal claim for payment first on the house, like
Exactly.
a contractor or
Exactly.
yeah.
Perfect. Yep, you named it.
Okay. All right. So when people go through the title company, they especially when they get a lender, they're required to get title insurance. How does that help protect the buyer and the sellers?
So the policy protects you against future claims on the property. So if you were to purchase land or a home, someone cannot come in and say, hey, I bought this land 20 years ago. It's in my name. The title company will then go to fight for you with the courts to say, no, we have free and clear title on this property. He purchased this property. So we will protect you in that regard.
So it keeps somebody from coming back and saying, hey, this is my property. You have no right to this property. And it protects the buyer from losing out.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. What should buyers look for in a title company when they're purchasing a home?
Well, I would recommend that they look for reputation, experience, companies that have good reviews that or referrals. So other agents that have used that title company in the past that say use Capital Title because they know what they're doing. They have great escrow officers. The other one would be to make sure that you have good underwriters, reputable underwriters. And at Capital Title, we have five of the top underwriters in the country. So we have First National Title Insurance, we have Chicago, we have Fidelity, Stewart, and First American. So those are all underwriters that we use firsthand. So that is one of the main things that you want when you're looking for a title company is reputation, underwriters, communication. Again, talk to realtors that have closed with a title company before, any lenders that have used that title company before. You need communication. You want customer service so that you know what's happening in the process. You want experienced escrow officers, which we have. I have 4 escrow officers here in this office. And if you total their experience, it's over 100 years worth of experience. So if one of them doesn't know it, the other one does. So I would say that. And then lastly, research your rates that the title company provides. Make sure that you're not getting a ridiculous rate. The rates are pretty standard across the board. So if you see one rate that's way higher than another, something's off. And so that would be what I would say will be your biggest, what you look for in a title company.
Okay. In saying all that, are most title companies pretty much the same, or do you know of horror stories about some title companies that really didn't do their due diligence?
Yes, I have heard many horror stories on title companies that have not done their job. The first thing that the title company should do is run title on the property. So they're going to find if there are any unpaid taxes, any unpaid liens, if there's a death certificate that hasn't been researched, if there's heirs that haven't been accounted for, that all should come out in title in the first week. And if it doesn't, then the title company is doing something wrong. If something shows up at the end of the process, then title company, they failed to do their job. And so, yes, you definitely want to make sure you do your research, make sure you're picking a title company that knows what they're doing. Because yes, I have heard stories where things show up at the last minute and the transaction falls through, unfortunately, because like you said, the title company didn't do their due diligence.
How do you guys educate your first-time home buyers about the process?
We have workshops and seminars. So we have Title 101 classes, and those Title 101 classes are mostly for realtors. So, but if a buyer wanted to attend with their realtor, we would absolutely welcome them to come into to do the process. I'm sorry, my computer. I'm pushing buttons apparently. We would welcome them to the class, and so that they could learn the process from start to finish. We also have brochures. You can look online and research online what the title company does. And then we also would provide one-on-one consultations. If you wanted to speak to an escrow officer face to face, you could come in and we would schedule an appointment and you could learn everything you wanted to know. If you wanted just a basic overview, if you wanted to learn about bankruptcies or divorce or affidavits of heirship, things like that, we can definitely do one-on-ones so that we can teach you. I would also recommend first, though, ask your realtor. Your realtor should know, and they should be able to educate you on that. If your realtor doesn't know, then you might want to research other realtors. Make sure that
Hey,
your
wait a
realtor
minute.
knows. I'm just kidding. But no, that you definitely want to make sure that the realtor is on top of things. And again, if your realtor's still learning, invite your client to learn with you, so that way you're all learning together at least.
So speaking of educating realtors, I guess the programs that you just announced, those are the services that your title company offers to realtors that are growing in the business, or
Mhm.
to provide growth for their business?
Right. Not just new realtors. I mean, if you're an experienced agent, there's programs out there. Everything is changing. The internet is evolving. The programs are evolving. The business is evolving. It's not everything is going to a digital based business now. So things are changing, and it's hard for especially experienced realtors that aren't used to programs online. That's what I do. I help educate realtors on how to use the programs that are at your disposal to grow your business. We have several different options, apps that help you with rates, and that can give you a seller net sheet if you needed to. If buyers want to know how much their mortgage is going to be, we have apps that help with that. I also teach on HAR, on Houston Association of Realtors. I do a lot of training on that. In my opinion, HAR is one of the best MLS systems in the nation. And our realtors don't realize the amount of information that's there at their fingertips, and they pay for it. So I do a lot of training on HAR and show them what is available for them and teach them how to do uh, educate themselves on the business, the market, and lead generation.
Which is very beneficial, especially in this
Mhm.
business.
Mhm.
You have to be able to market yourself and get yourself out there.
Absolutely.
How do realtors leverage title companies like yours to for lead generation?
I teach a class called Remine, and a lot of times I do Remine one-on-ones. Sometimes I do it as a class, but most of the time I do a one-on-one so I can show you how you can farm your area. And so you can farm an area around an apartment complex. You can farm this neighborhood that you live in. You can farm a whole new neighborhood where it's not even near you, whatever you, if it's where your parents live or something, and you want to farm that area. I can teach you how to find the homes around you that have a high sales score, that have high equity, and the opportunity that they would be selling sooner than later. And you can reach out to those clients with their information, their phone number, their email, their address, and a farming um, flyer that you can mail out. So we can do mailers, and HAR does that for you for a small fee. And so I do a lot of training on that.
So Remind, that's a program within or that you can access through HAR
Yes.
to find out, and you say it like a score, find out
Hmm.
who's likely or who's on the market to sell their house.
Right.
You can reach out and try to, I guess, make first contact with them before they put their house on the market.
Right. You can put together a drip campaign. You can put together a marketing campaign. So you can constantly be mailing out to these same houses, and they see your face every week. I'm sorry, every month or every other month, whatever you can budget for. But it is important to make sure that you're consistent in that. In that, if you're going to start that campaign, you have to be consistent so they keep seeing your face. And so, hopefully, uh, with hosting open houses, with door knocking, with your marketing campaign, if you do all of those things, they play in your favor so that these people will reach out to you in the future.
Okay.
And that's the goal.
So marketing, speaking of marketing
Mhm.
strategies, what do you find the most effective in reaching buyers and sellers?
Personally, my biggest success story is social media. If you do not leverage social media, it is a lost opportunity. Social media is a free advertisement for your business. And that is where I wrote a class and I teach a class on social media on how to just let it fake it till you make it. Let everybody know that you're in this business. This is what I'm doing. Even if you're not actively selling, you can make it look like you are, and people can come back to you. And so, social media is number one, I think. Number two would be open houses and making sure that you're taking every opportunity at that open house, not just hosting open houses, but getting information, reaching out to the neighbors beforehand, whether it be door knocking or a campaign ahead of time. I taught an agent how to reach out to, she's going to actually physically call the people around her open house ahead of time and invite them. And the key is to get their information so that you can reach out to them in the future. Say, hey, would you like to know how much this house sells for? I can reach out to you and let you know. And then I can give you a CMA and let you know what your house would sell for in the future. And so
Oh, that's
those are
smart.
key. Yeah, those are key parts of making sure you're getting the most out of your open house. Um, as I said, door knocking or somehow reaching out to the neighbors prior to your open house. and picking up the phone. I mean, that's good old fashioned calling somebody. You cannot put a price on that. It's hard. People don't answer the phone like they used to. If you give someone a call and you just say, "Hey, how's it going?" just to follow up with them to see how they're doing. Do you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell? If not, please keep me in mind for the future. And if they don't answer, send them a quick text and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you," just saying, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I'm selling in the area. If you or anybody is looking to buy or sell." Just staying in there and just staying in the forefront of their minds. But I would say social media is key. Open houses a second, and just reaching out, just somehow talking to your sphere, calling the people that that live in the area, and see what you can do to get your business growing.
Okay, so constantly stay in somebody's mind.
Absolutely.
Don't fall to the back. Out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely.
So, last question: what advice would you give new realtors about building relationships with title companies?
Well, first, attend their classes. Capital Title, we offer a ton of classes, at least one complimentary CE course a month. So not only are you getting a complimentary CE, but you're learning, and you're meeting agents, you're meeting fellow realtors, you're meeting the escrow officers that are in the office, you're getting to know them. And so you can, and then of course you have me, so I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be there to say, what can I help you with? What is it that you're struggling with? What do you need? And that's my goal. So we offer these classes, and then I follow up with a one-on-one, with a meeting with you, so that you can tell me what you need to learn and I can help you grow. Get to know the office and pick the one that works for you. Pick the one that you feel like you have a rapport with. So if you have a closing, so if you are on the buyer side and you don't have a say-so in the title company, and you go with what the sellers wanted, if that title company is awesome and you loved it and they reached out to you and they went above and beyond, I would say go back to that title company. That's what we try to do with all of our buyers. We try to make sure that they're happy and that they want to come back to our office. So that would be one way. When you're attending classes, if you feel like you're learning something and getting something out of the office, that's another way to pick the title company that you want. If you have a good experience, just stick with it. If you have somebody that's offering you help and giving you value, that's another reason to go with the title company. So if you have a bad experience, I mean, sometimes you give them grace, sometimes you don't. It just depends on the situation.
Understood.
But that would be key. That would be the key reasons.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Kendra Foster.
Yeah.
For people who want to get a hold of you, how would they go about doing that?
You can email me at kfoster@ctot.com, or you can call me at 832-577-4028. And if you want to put that up on the screen, that'd be great. Sure. But I am here at Capital Title in Spring. You can find me on social media. I'm in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm under Homes with Kendra. So that would be a way to find me. And so, yeah, but you feel free to reach out to me. Call me anytime if you ever need coaching, or if you have a question with a title question, we can help you answer that question.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kendra. Thank you. Thank you again. You have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me, Brandon. It was good to be here.
That was Kendra Foster with Capital Title. She is a wealth of knowledge, especially for real estate agents. So for a brief recap, why is title company important? Well, it protects against fraud and hidden claims. It verifies legal ownership of title. It prevents against financial loss to the buyer or the lender. And it ensures a smooth transaction, among many other things. Thank you guys for joining in Listed and Loaded, and I hope to see you next time.
I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan, I like it unprepared. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay there for the day. So dream away.
You did an awesome job. You did an
Thank
awesome
you. You
job.
too. Good questions.
Oh, thank you. I was floundering around a little bit, but you know what? It makes it more authentic.
It looks like a live show, right?
Exactly. Okay, now we're going to start recording.
Fine. Turned up from black and white. Find what I'm seeking. Leave my troubles behind. Scars from another time.